All right, dude, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and today we are gonna continue working on the content pipeline. Today we're gonna continue working on the content pipeline. I didn't get too much time to work on the pipeline yesterday. I got busy with something else off stream. Also, real quick, before I forget, let me open up my chat on my phone so I don't have a repeat of what happened yesterday where I trusted the chat source and for some reason it didn't show any chat messages. Actually, give me a second. Let me test this out. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing any chat messages. So I think I need to go take a look at. Wait, where's the source? This is the source. Okay, let's refresh it. Yeah, still nothing. So I think I need to uh I'll have to look into this off stream, but that's okay. I have my chat open on my phone. So yesterday I was going over this entire thing, and I realized that I had forgotten that this stage where so these are all the this is the workflow of the content pipeline so far. I haven't included the upload thing, or I hadn't included it, and then yesterday I decided to add that point in. I still have to like go into the details of it, but what I didn't realize was that in the past, I think at some point I decided that in the batch generate metadata step, that's where I'm going to be generating all of the metadata, so we don't have to like come back to it, because the idea was that I need to I need to create this pipeline in such a way that some of these stages can very easily be offloaded to the cloud if need be. And the best way to do that would be to okay, I have let's go over the steps here, right? We have video files. We run batch audio extract, and that gives us an equal amount of audio files for each of the video files, and then we run batch audio transcribe, which gives us an equal amount of transcript files for each audio file. So now we have, let's say if we have 10 videos, we'll have 10 audio files and we'll have 10 transcript files. Okay, that's great, right? Once we have the transcripts, I am then going to be using NLP and LLMs as well to extract useful information from the transcript and do various things like summarization, generating a summary of the entire transcript, and trying to generate keywords for the video, trying to generate hashtags as well. And if there's any other extra information I need, I can do that as well. Okay, so once this information is generated, for each transcription, for each transcription, we're going to have one metadata file being generated. The metadata file is supposed to contain the description and hashtags, and basically, hold on, I can show it here. Basically, it'll contain this kind of a thing, but I'm going to be adding more fields to this later on, because I need to include the file name, and I don't think I need an updated status, just an uploaded status is perfectly fine. There might be a couple of extra fields I would want to add though. I'll have to see how I want to go about doing that. Anyways, this template is what's going to be generated when I'm running um, this metadata generation process on the cloud. This is the template that's going to be generated, and then this is going to be populated with the information. So the description, the hashtags, the keywords, the category as well. And the title, I'm going to leave it as it is because the title is going to be updated once I bring all of this data down from the cloud. So once the data is generated, and now we can come back here. Once the data is generated, we move on to the next step, which is batch build bundles. So what this is going to do is this is going to grab each video file and its corresponding audio file, transcript file, and metadata file. So it's going to grab all four of these and bundle them into one directory. That's basically our video bundle. So if we have 8 videos, that means we're going to have 8 audios, 8 transcriptions, and 8 metadata files, right? So the bundling process basically just groups each of these together into their own individual bundles. And the bundles are going to look basically like this. We'll have VOD01.mp4, then we'll have an audio file for VOD01, we'll have a metadata file and a transcript file as well. And the same thing happens in, all the subsequent bundles as well. So for each video, we're going to have one bundle produced. And so if we have 10 videos, we'll have 10 bundles produced. Great. Awesome. At this point, we are now ready to do an upload. So, okay. Oh, wait. Sorry. We're not ready just yet. Once the bundles are created, then we run batch update metadata, and this basically goes through every bundle and just updates the title by looking at vodtitles.json. Vodtitles.json is going to be a separate JSON file that I'm going to be maintaining myself, in which I create the thing in this format. And what was I saying? Yeah, I create the template in this format, and then I just keep updating the key value pairs each time. And whenever I run batch update metadata, it's basically going to run through all of the bundles, and for each bundle, it's going to pull the key from this file. That being said, for each bundle, there has to be one key in this file. If that is not there, then it's going to fail. So I'm going to be running a check for that before we are actually able to, do any update process. Anyways, what this is going to do, what batch update metadata is going to do is it's going to pull the values from each of these keys and assign them to the title field in the metadata file of each bundle. So if you look in vod01.metadata, on the right side, you can see a title key, a title field. That's what's going to be updated using the data from vodtitles.json. Okay, so further from that point, our bundles are completely ready. Now these bundles are ready for, first of all, uploading. We can upload the YouTube video. That's why we generated the metadata. Additionally, further from this point, we will now be able to perform the clip generation or clip extra. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh God, have you guys not been able to see any of the stuff that I was just showing? Uh, I don't know if, hold on, dude. This is crazy. Hold on. Am I gonna have to go through this explanation again. This is so stupid. Hold on, hold on. I hope I hope that's not the case. Give me a second. I'm gonna open up my stream. Now hold on here. Process basically just groups each of these together into their own individual bundles. Hold on, I'm just looking at the VOD. And the bundles are going to look basically like this. We have VOD 01, document 4, then we have an audio file for VOD 01. This is so stupid, dude. Okay, let's go over the explanation again. Fuck me. So here's what's gonna happen with this entire shit. We are 10 minutes in, dude. This is so dumb. Wait, let me open up my. Okay, so we're gonna go over the explanation again. Okay, so this is what our pipeline is gonna look like. We will have 8. Okay, are we able to see this right now? Give me a second. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna restart this. Okay, all right. So this is what our content pipeline is gonna look like. So if we have, let's say 10 video files, we will run batch audio extract. And for those 10, for those 10 video files, batch audio extract is going to generate 10 audio files. So it's going to extract the audio and give us separate audio files. So for 10 video files, we'll have 10 audio files. Then in the next step, we run batch audio transcribe, which is going to take those 10 audio files and generate 10 transcript files, one for each of those audio files. Okay, so once that is done, we will then have our transcript files. We'll have 10 transcript files. We then take those 10 transcript files and run various NLP methods on it and try to extract useful information from it, and also use LLMs to try and generate some useful information. Like we're going to try and create a summary. We're going to try and create a summary of the transcript, or well, a short summary of the video that we can use in the video description. We'll also generate a couple of keywords which we can use as video tags. We'll generate a couple of hashtags, which we will be adding to the description as well. We'll also classify the category of the video, and I think further from that point, the metadata is generated. So we're going to have 10 metadata files, one for each transcript file, and give me a second. Let me just confirm. This is, yeah, okay, we are good. Okay, so we're going to have 10 metadata files generated. So now at this point, we have 10 video files, 10 audio files, 10 transcript files, and 10 metadata files. How this is working is we have, for each video, we have one audio file, one transcript file, and one metadata file. So 4 of these things together make a video bundle. And the last thing we need to do before actually bundling this thing up is Oh, wait, no. We update the, sorry, we update the title later on. I was about to say that the last thing we do before building the bundle is update the title, but no, I've set that up as a separate step. So, um, after the four files are generated, so after we have, actually it's not four files being generated. Once we have the four files for each bundle, then we run batch build bundles. This is going to go over all 10 video files, all 10 audio files, all 10 transcript files, and all 10 metadata files, and it's going to bundle them up into their own separate directories. So it's basically just packaging each of them up into, their own separate directories, and those directories are what we'll call bundles. So in the end, at the end of that step, we are left with this kind of a thing. This is what our bundles look like. Each bundle is going to have one video file, one audio file, one metadata file, and one transcript file. And that's the same for every single bundle. Okay, great. The next thing we need to do now we have now we have video bundles, so we can operate on individual bundles if we want to, but there's one last batch process that we have to do, which is batch update metadata. And what this is going to do is it's going to go over each of these bundles in this bundles directory, and then it's going to look at the vod titles.json file and make sure that there's matching keys for every single bundle within this JSON file. And once it has performed that check and it knows that there's matching keys, then it's gonna pull the title for each of those bundles out of this file and update the metadata file for each of the bundles. So in each bundle's metadata file, you can see a title field. That's what's going to be updated. And further from that point, our bundles are ready. So these are now individual bundles. We don't need to batch process any of them anymore. There might still be some situations where I need to run batch processing, but not to process the data necessarily, but more to read the data. So not to create more batch data, but to read the entire data. So like, for example, in the future, if I want to read all of the if I want to read the metadata files for all of these bundles, I can write a script that's going to traverse the entire directory, and in each of these subdirectories, it's gonna read the metadata file, and then generate. I demonstrated this yesterday. Here, it's going to generate this kind of a thing. So I can generate an entire Polars data frame out of it, and then write that to CSV. And actually, I wonder how CSV handles commas. I should look into that. I wonder how. Wait, let me ask Gemini how CSV handles commas. Hey, how does CSV handle commas? Commas in values. Okay, it's the classic comma and comma separated values file paradox. If you just drop a comma into a field, the computer gets confused and assumes it's time to move to the next column. To prevent your data from exploding, CSVs use a specific set of rules, primarily quoting and escaping. Okay, the power of double quotes. Okay, so the thing gets placed into double quotes. Okay, all right. Handling quotes inside quotes. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was assuming that it's going to be something along those lines. It's going to be using quotes to kind of isolate the commas. Okay, so once we have done that, once we are done with that, once we are done with updating the title, our bundles are now ready, and we can now operate on these bundles individually. So the first thing I want to do with the bundle is upload the video itself, because that's kind of why I was generating the metadata. The metadata is supposed to be for the YouTube video. I've set that as an optional step. I don't even need to, dude. I'm the one using this pipeline, so I don't need to mention optional. I keep thinking about it like in terms of, oh, what if when because I do plan on open sourcing this, um, in case anyone wants to use it, but like it's mainly for my purposes. So like, why am I even saying optional? This is what I'm going to be doing. For me, it's not optional. Okay, so here we're gonna upload the video. Upload VOD video to YouTube. Spell YouTube wrong. Okay, to YouTube. Use. I need to detail this. Yeah, I need to detail this. How do I how do I detail this? Oh, you know what I could do? Because each of the VODs are going to be in this kind of a name format. So each of the directories here, like this says VOD 01, VOD 02, 03, 04, and so on. Instead of that, it's going to be this. It's going to be Twitch VOD so and so, so and so, so and so. So once I have that name, I could write the script to not point to um, a video, but instead point to a directory, like look for a directory name, because it doesn't have to only look for um, what do you call it? It doesn't have to only look for, where was I going with this? Yeah, it doesn't only have to look for the video. It also has to look for the metadata file, because the metadata file is what contains, well, the metadata. It contains the title, description, hashtags, keywords, category, and probably a couple of other things that I'm going to be adding in. So it needs to look at the metadata file as well. So instead of pointing the script to um, a specific video file, I'm going to point it to a directory, because the directory's name is actually going to be the same as the video file. So like how it says here, vod01.mp4, the directory is going to be named vod01. And that is how I know exactly what to look for. So if I'm pointing the script to VOD01 bundle, essentially the script is being pointed to bundles. It's not being pointed to videos. So when I point it to a bundle, based on that bundle's name, it's going to go get the video file. It's also then going to add on underscore metadata after that name, or underscore metadata.json after that name. And then it's going to be able to grab the metadata file, and it'll read all of that information and use that to prepare the metadata for the YouTube upload, and then begin the YouTube upload. I still have to sit down and work on that script. Fortunately, I had Gemini to update the script for me, because for some reason the example that YouTube has given in their documentation, it's quite literally years old. It might even be like a decade old. I don't know, because the example that they gave was using Python 2. That's how old it was. It was so old that it was using Python 2. It was not using a bunch of libraries that they currently require you to use. Okay, we are dropping frames. Give me a second. I need to pause a couple of things here to hopefully stabilize the connection. All right, now let's wait. And I think we are good. Okay, hold on. Let me open up my, well, not my stream, but my chat on my phone again. Let's also pause the stream here. Okay, done. Okay, all right. So now, what was I saying? Um, yeah, thanks to Gemini, I was able to sort of upgrade the script with newer namespaces and the correct libraries that are required now, the correct packages that are required. Like for example, the Google API Python client. I forgot what the package is called exactly, but it's something along those lines. Um, okay, the Google. What was I saying? Yeah, the Google API Python client. That client is mentioned, that library is mentioned in the documentation that, yeah, you have to download and install this using pip, but they haven't mentioned that you have to also install the OAuth related libraries separately. I think in the past maybe it might have been part of the same library. I don't know, but like I said, the examples that they have, they're super old. For some reason, those examples have not been updated. I have no idea what's going on with that. But yeah, it is what it is. And fortunately, I had Gemini to help me out with that. So maybe I can like, I mean, I'm planning on uploading this entire um, content pipeline to GitHub anyways. So maybe I can like share that script separately and be like, hey, if you're looking for, a more up-to-date example of um, a video upload script, then here's an example for you. Actually, I don't know if mine might, I don't know if mine is the best example because mine is going to be, it's going to be reading bundles or reading a bundle. This is not going to be a batch script. This is not going to be like a script that operates on multiple bundles. It's going to operate on one bundle and use one video. So it's going to upload that one video and it's going to populate the all of the video metadata with that one video's metadata file data. So where was I going with this? I forgot why I was saying this. But yeah, anyways. Um, so further from this point, so okay, we have the step to upload the video to YouTube. Once the video is uploaded, I think further from that point, we can start working on generating clips. Though the thing is, no, this doesn't need to be a batch thing. I was about to be like, oh, you know what? Maybe this should be a batch sort of thing, but I don't think so because from one transcript, I'm going to be generating a lot of stuff from one transcript alone. That's the idea. Or, okay, no, I shouldn't say I'm going to be generating a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of processing on one transcript alone. So maybe batching that entire process is not the best idea. Maybe it's better if I stick to just doing it like with individual bundles. So what I'm going to need to do here, actually, you know what? There is something that could simplify this, but I don't know how well this would work out. See, we have the upload step, right? The upload step is like all the way at the end. We have these bundles generated. Before the bundles are generated, we are updating the VOD title, which is perfectly fine. Actually, no, after. Yeah, so the VOD title gets updated after. Um, so before the bundles are generated, we are generating the metadata. Before that, we are generating the transcript. Now, why not also add in an extra step here where we run the processing for clip generation and highlight generation? So where is this? Build batch bundles. Okay. Right. So, um, sorry, zoned out. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. Uh, right. So here's what I'm thinking, right? So we are going to be generating the metadata, right? We can then also generate, okay, hold on. Let's make this to do. And in here, okay, so, um, we have our steps here. Extract audio. Okay, wait, let's mention batch extract, batch extract audio, batch generate transcript. Okay, then batch generate metadata, and then batch generate clip and highlight. Yeah, should it be clip or highlight? Because there's okay, batch generate clip and highlight data. Should I call this data or metadata? Because like while I'm generating these timestamps, I could also come up with like, clever little I don't know, I could come up with clever captions. That's the word I was going for. I could come up with clever captions for each of these clips and highlight things as well. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. So here's okay. Here's what I'm thinking, right? We extract the audio, we batch extract the audio, we batch generate transcripts, we batch generate metadata, we batch generate clip and highlight data. I need to think of the kind of data that I want to call this. Like, what exactly is this? Because here's the thing, what's going to be generated here, initially, what I was going to say is, okay, we'll just generate the clip, what do you call it? We'll just generate the clip, Actually, no. Should I try to automate that process as well? I feel like that might be a little too much. Yeah, I'm wondering if that might be a little bit too much. Because initially the idea was going to be to just have the timestamps, the start and end timestamps. So the result of this step, the result of this entire step was going to be um, a JSON file with start and end timestamps and maybe a title for the video. Hey, you know what? Okay. Oh, yeah, there was going to be um, title for the video, title for the clip or highlight, um, and the start and end timestamp. So where in the VOD I'm supposed to be slicing this out from. And then there was going to be, hold on, I'm curious about something here. Is there a Rust thing for FFmpeg? A Rust crate in any way? In Rust, in Rust, you can interact with the powerful FFmpeg multimedia libraries using various community developed crates or packages that provide safe and ergonomic interfaces. These crates range from direct low-level bindings to high-level abstractions. Okay, there's Rust FFmpeg, safe FFmpeg wrapper. This is a fork of the abandoned FFmpeg crate by so-and-so, and this seems to be somewhat actively being developed. Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm willing to give this a try. Specifically because I'm wondering if actually no, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I'm gonna unnecessarily complicate things by trying to move things over to a different language. Really, what I was thinking about was the fact that okay, so we are going to be generating essentially metadata for each clip or highlight, clip slash highlight. In fact, at that point, why am I even calling it a clip? Let me just call everything a highlight or call everything a clip. Yeah, yeah. Let me just do that. Let me call everything a highlight or call everything a clip. Oh, what I could also do is I could have a like okay, I have this metadata being generated, right? I could like create a Polars data frame out of it and write that to CSV and then have it be displayed in this form. So then I can select which one of them I want. So I'll be able to look at the entire, data in here. Um, hold on. There must be a way to, okay, wait. So let me come here and come here. Um, let's go into Yahtzee real quick. And we're going to copy this metadata file. Um, okay, let's yank this and come over here. Temp data, temp. Yeah, okay, let's paste it here. Okay, and then we'll rename this to um, temp clip or I don't know, temp data frame 01. Okay, let's copy this and open this up in NeoVim. And let's edit this to be an array instead. Now, I don't remember JSON syntax fully. I don't remember if it's very picky about like indentation. What I'm gonna do here is just copy all of this. Okay. Wait, what just happened? Oh, yeah, that's fine. And that, okay. So now, actually, yeah, let's make a couple. All right, so now that that is done, we can TW, is it this? Yeah. So, we're gonna have like multiple, we're gonna have multiple rows, and dude, you know what I could have done? I could have just made a fake thing. Um, well, I mean, whatever. It's okay. So we can have multiple rows, each row representing one clip. I can maybe give it a general name called reel instead of clip or highlight. We'll go like the Instagram route and call it a reel. And the reel type can be clip or highlight. So I can have like a reel type field, and that'll be a flag saying if it's a clip or a highlight. Basically, the difference between a clip and a highlight is just that a clip is shorter, a highlight is longer. I believe that's literally the only difference between a clip and a highlight. I'm not really distinguishing between a clip and a highlight much more than that. So yeah, I could do that. We could generate reels, and depending on which reel is saying, dude, I don't know if I should be calling it a reel. I think I should just simplify it, just call all of it a clip, because do I need to distinguish? I don't know if I need to distinguish. That's the thing. I could have like a length kind of thing. What other word could I use? Because we have highlight, which is what I'm using for. Oh, I could do this. It could be a highlight. The general term for it could be a highlight because it's what's being highlighted from the stream. And if it's a short highlight, we call it a clip. If it's a long highlight, we call it a reel. Let me ask Gemini. This is something silly to focus on, but uh, I'm gonna focus on it. Just give me a second here. Hey, so I'm gonna be working on a tool that um, extracts clips and highlights from a given Twitch VOD video file, so that I can upload them to social media. The difference between a clip and a highlight is literally just that a clip is around a clip is 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and a highlight is 4 minutes to 20 minutes. I don't even think I'm going to be doing 20 minutes. Like, who's sitting and watching my 20-minute highlight? But I mean, I don't know. You know what? I'm wondering if. Okay, wait. So, the first thing I'm wondering is, um, should I give a more general name to uh, the things that are being extracted out of the VOD, and then depending on the length, um, no, I'm going to, yeah, okay. Um, oh yeah, and then depending, no. Um, so the first thing I'm wondering is, since I'm gonna be classifying the things being extracted as clip or highlight, depending on their length, what do I call the thing to begin with? Um, I need, I feel like there has to be a sort of general, uh, general classification slash umbrella term there. Also, I'm wondering if I should introduce um, a third range in between so that we now have three ranges, 30 sec to 3 min, 3 min to, let's say, 10 min, and 10 min to 20 min. If so, what categorical names would you recommend? That's a solid project idea. Automating the chopping process is a godsend for creators who hate sitting through 8-hour VODs. Okay, to answer your first question, naming things is notoriously the hardest part of software engineering. You need a term that describes a subset of a video without prejudging its length. The umbrella term, um, segment. Oh, okay. Segment. Okay, all right. Um, right. So the standard term for a defined segment of a larger video is segment. However, if you want something that sounds a bit more dev friendly or media centric, there are a few options. There's segment, there's snippet, excerpt, cut, asset. No, I like segment. I like segment. Okay. My recommendation, use segment for your backend logic and media or extract if you're talking to a user. That's fine. I'm the user. I'm the dev. I'm the user. Um, Refining your categories. Introducing a third range is actually very smart, is actually a very smart move. A 3-minute video and a 9-minute video are consumed very differently on social media. That is exactly why I was wondering if I should be creating a third category in there as well, because the 20-minute videos can be for more, um, more detailed discussions about things. And this is going to be 20 minutes after I have like pulled out a bunch of like dead air from it. After I've cut out a bunch of dead air, made a bunch of jump cuts and shit. After that, it's going to be uh, anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And even that is long. Like people don't really sit and watch videos for that long. I'm usually aiming for the smaller clips, but like because this is an automated process, so I don't mind generating the longer clips. Okay. All right. Um, okay. If you go with three tiers, you should categorize them based on distribution intent, where they are going rather than just length. Here's a breakdown of how those three ranges usually function in the wild. 30 seconds to 3 minutes is shorts slash clips. This is TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, X, so and so. Okay. 3 minutes to 10 minutes, this is featurettes and spotlights. This is YouTube standard video and Facebook watch. Okay. 10 minutes to 20 minutes is highlights slash summaries, which is YouTube long form and Patreon. Okay. A recommended naming scheme. Clip, featurette, highlight. So for the, oh, okay. Clip, featurette, highlight, micro, mid, long, or short, spotlight, and recap. I think, what if I went with clip, long clip, and then highlight? How about that? I think I could do that. Yes, I think I could do that. Wait, are we like getting disturbance on the stream? Check, check, testing, testing. Check, check, testing, testing. Nah, you know what? I think we're good. I think we're good. It was just showing a little bit of disturbance, but fortunately the disturbance is small enough that it can be removed by. I'm assuming it's being removed by noise suppression, and it's also small enough that it is getting drowned out when I speak, unlike before where it was very much audible when I was speaking. And the crazy thing is, on that one day where I did actually have this horrible audio interference going on, I actually created a highlight from that specific day, and I that was a highlight that I uploaded to um, multiple places. I uploaded it to TikTok and Insta, and well, uploaded to Insta so I can upload it to Threads, and also X, Twitter. I posted it on Twitter as well. I believe I posted it to YouTube as well. No, that okay. That's what's remaining. Yeah, I just remembered I did not post it on YouTube, on my second YouTube channel. I don't know at this point if I'm I mean I the video still stands. It was basically just me appreciating the fact that I have a terminal workflow. The whole thing with that was I was testing to see um, I was testing to see how Cargo behaves when you create a new project within a directory whose parent directory already has a repo. or is already a repo. And also, when you create a new Cargo, when you create a new Rust project using Cargo, you can specify flags to get it to, create or not create a repo within the directory where you're initializing the project. So I was testing out all of that stuff, and the reason I was happy about the fact that I have a terminal-based workflow, what made me happy about that was the fact that it was so quick to do. There was so much experimentation that I needed to do, and I did all of it, at least from what I remember, all of it within the Yahtzee window itself. And it was incredibly fast. And once I was done with all of the experimentation, just deleted the entire directory structure and moved on with doing whatever other work I had to do. So I was really happy about that. That's why I chose to like highlight that. And in that highlight, you can hear the awful, horrible audio interference each time I speak. There's like this low beeping kind of sound. It was, that sucked. But anyways, so now I'm getting some ideas for how we could possibly go about doing this. Yeah, now I'm getting some ideas because so far up until this point, I hadn't thought about the clips because I was kind of hung up on the YouTube videos. What I'm thinking now is the YouTube video thing can be done later on because if we are generating the metadata out of the transcripts, we can then in the next step also generate the data for, okay, hold on. Okay, so check this out. I am creating a sort of pipeline where I will extract the, where I have a VOD video file. I will extract the audio from it. Well, I'll extract the audio from the video file. Then generate a transcript from the audio file, and then run various NLP methods and use LLMs and other techniques to determine which sections or which segments of the VOD are worth converting to a clip, long clip, or highlight. What was my like question about this? Oh, all okay. The clip title, no. For each clip, there will be a clip title generated, the start time, end time, start time in the VOD, end time in the VOD, a short caption, the length, and maybe also the category, which is clip. But does that come under category or does that come under type? What category of segment is this? What type of segment? Okay, whatever. Clip, long clip, highlight, Yeah, maybe also the category, and that's it. Yeah. Is there anything else? Category and name. Did I mention a name? Clip. The clip has a title. Okay. For each clip, there'll be so and so. There will be multiple such records that I plan to package into a Polar's data frame and then write as CSV data to. Actually, you know what I could do in this specific instance? I could actually look into using tab separated values instead, though I don't have like a very strict reason for doing that because yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a very specific reason for doing that. Okay, into a Polar's data frame and then write. Well, okay. Aside from wanting every single character in the thing to be recognized and read properly, though I feel like all the CSV writing libraries, they're going to be clever enough, or at least the Polars one is going to be clever enough to handle all of the any possible conflicts that can happen, any possible issues that can happen. I'm pretty sure Polars will handle it well, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Okay, and then write it as CSV data to a file. What I'm wondering is, what would this data be categorized or classified? Classified as, because calling it metadata doesn't seem fit, considering that it's not all um, it's not all well, yeah, it's not all data within the videos themselves. That doesn't make sense. I don't even know what I'm trying to say there. Considering that it's not all data. Sorry, zoned out. Okay. Considering that it's not all data within the videos themselves. What considering that okay, considering that this is not similar to uh, data that would be used when uploading a YouTube video. Okay, this is a classic data versus metadata identity crisis. You're right that calling it metadata feels a bit thin, because this isn't just descriptive data, it's instructional data. Actually, that's true. It's instructional data because there's a start and end timestamps. There's the title, which is going to be what we're going to be, but that technically counts as metadata. But then you have the categorical data, which is more instructional. It's not meant to be part of the upload. If anything, it might be used when the slicing is happening. Okay. Okay. It's instructional data. It is the source of truth for your downstream video editor. The classification Edit Decision List, EDL. In the professional film industry and broadcast industry, what you are creating is historically known as an edit decision list. Okay? An EDL is a set of data that tells a machine or a human editor exactly which pieces of raw footage to grab and how to put them together. Since yours includes AI generated context, like captions and titles, you could more accurately call it segment manifest. This is the most technically accurate term for a file that lists whole parts of a whole with their specific attributes, or curation log extraction schema. This focuses on the action, the category, on the action the data is intended to perform. Clip catalog, a more user-friendly term for a collection of identified goodies from a VOD. I like clip catalog. I like that. I like segment manifest as well. A curation log highlights that it is a result of a filtering slash selection process. I like extraction schema as well. Though, okay, what Gemini is suggesting is use segment manifest for your internal file naming. It sounds robust and implies that the file contains all the orders for the video processor to follow. Segment manifest. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it also gives like a unique identifier. So, okay, Gemini is suggesting a structure for the Polar's data frame. And here's what it's suggesting essentially. I don't know if I copy this, is it gonna like, wait, a gotcha, watch for time drift. Since you are generating a transcript to find your timestamps, be aware of time drift. Uh, sometimes the timestamp, um, sometimes the timestamp in a transcript for something like Whisper can be slightly off from the actual video frame time due to silence in the start of silence at the start or variable bit rates. Pro tip: always add a buffer variable to your manifest. Example, start. Oh, it's like a padding sort of thing. I was planning on doing that. Yeah, I was planning on doing that definitely. I was planning on adding padding before the start time and after the end time, just in case if there's like some extra video or audio that gets missed out. And Gemini is suggesting 500 milliseconds here. I was actually planning on adding like 5 seconds, 5 or 10 seconds extra. And then whenever I'm uploading the VOD, not the VOD, whenever I'm uploading the clips, then generally I'll slice the thing myself. I'll trim it myself. Because when you upload a video, let's say I start my upload process with TikTok. What TikTok does, TikTok gives you a video editing, a set of video editing tools. So you can trim things off, you can add text and other things to the video, you can add extra audio, add music, add effects and whatever. It gives you like a nice video editing suite within TikTok itself. So I can use something like that. Um, if I'm able to, I could use something like Instagram edits, but I think edits is limited to 10 minutes of export. I think so. I don't remember exactly. There was an issue that I had the last time. There was definitely an issue. that I ran into the last time. I can't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, that being said, I can, yeah, I can probably trim the thing in TikTok. All I have to do is trim the start and end points. Literally, nothing else needs to be trimmed. It's all gonna be as is. Um, yeah. Okay, I was gonna ask something here. Oh, there's also like a confidence score. Okay. Okay, a couple of things. One, can you um, present that Polar's data frame format for a format table for me as CSV data that I can copy, and then um, I like what was it called? Segment manifest. Segment manifest. Somehow manifest seems fitting here, but explain to me what a manifest would be in other situations or even in a general sense. Because to me, it's like I've seen manifest being used as like in multiple technical situations, and quite often when we use the term manifest, it's a whole lot of like it's a whole lot of data that's going to be used when some sort of processing is being done. It's data that's going to be used by another tool. It's not meant to be. I mean, it's meant to be like human readable to a certain extent, but it's not necessarily always processed by a human. This data is meant to be processed by some other application. It's supposed to, like, the application is supposed to do something with this data. That's all I know about manifest, but like I feel like I don't fully understand the meaning of the term manifest. Real quick, let me copy this CSV data here. Hold on. Okay, well, Gemini gave me an example here, even though I wasn't asking for this, but yeah, that's fine. We can close this and then we'll open up. Let's come here and let's create a temp underscore data frame o2.json. And where are we going? Okay, let's copy this, open it up in NeoVim, and copy this, paste, save, go back, and wait, there's an issue with S. Is it not JSON? Oh, wait, yeah, I made a mistake here. Hold on. This is not CSV. This is supposed to be, I was supposed to say JSON. I can now do it in CSV because that's pretty much what we are gonna be going with. Um, so this is our data. Um, this is what Gemini is suggesting. Each each clip or each segment, I should say. So this is our segment manifest. Each segment is going to have a segment ID a category, which is it's going to be a clip, a long clip, or a highlight, a start point, an end point, a duration, which is just going to be start point plus end point. Um, and actually, no, start point minus. Yeah, yeah, no, wait, hold on. I need to. So if we are saying, I don't know, 120 seconds, 120 seconds. So we have the end point, and let's say the start point was 90 seconds, and then we get 30 seconds. So yeah, the length is going to be end point minus start point. Yeah, sorry, I got a bit confused there. Okay, so that's going to be our duration. Then we have title, the title of the clip, the caption of the clip, and there's also a confidence score for I'm not sure what kind of confidence we are going for. But that would be something interesting to explore. Like what kind of confidence are we? Though I don't think we need to store this in terms of. Actually, okay, we could. You know what else I could do? I could. Um, I mean, it's not going to make a difference. The confidence score might tell me something. It might tell me that hey, the video I'm uploading is going to be a funny video, I guess. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna really tell me much. I guess I'll find out later on. But yeah, this is what our segment manifest would look like. Let's read what Gemini was saying about this. And I feel like there's also maybe some more information that I would be able to store relating to the clip. Well, relating to the segment. I feel like there's more information that I could store. Yeah, yeah. I feel like there is more information that I could store. Cause like, okay, we're gonna have one VOD, and sorry, I have no idea um how many segments are gonna be generated out of it. So we're gonna have clips, long clips, and highlights. In total, this might end up being a good like 20 clips per VOD, 20 segments, more maybe, more 20 or more segments per VOD. Um, oh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? I guess this is where the confidence score would come in. I could I could add in confidence scores for a couple of categories. Like we can say informative, educational, um, I don't know, ranting, um, funny, I guess, entertaining. I'll think of labels. I can assign those kinds of confidence scores, and then what am I planning on doing with those scores though? That's the thing. And also, am I gonna have an easier time reading this? Like, so in order to read this, I have to read it in this way, right? To read the confidence score, I have to go all the way down there. To be fair, I could just select a couple of how would select work here? Hold on. Because I could create a separate view here. Let's do select. Where's select? Select. I don't know if I can use commas. Okay, let's say category and then caption. Okay, so that works. That did not create a second thing for me. It didn't create a second tab. I'm not sure what exactly it created here, but if I hit quit, if I hit Q, it does go back, and I lose that view. So I'm gonna have to. What if okay? What if I tried to do a query instead? So let's say select not star but category and caption from temp underscore data frame O2. Unable to find. What is it unable to find? Unable to find column category. I spelled category wrong. Fuck me. Hold on, dude. I have to type the thing again. Query select category and caption from temp underscore data frame O2. Okay, this created a second tab for me, so I can easily switch between these two. So that's great. Um, knowing SQL had its benefits here. Uh, okay. So what I could do is I could then also have like a wait, can I edit the query here? I don't think I can do that. Um, yeah, this is much better for jumping columns. So we have confidence score, we have category, we have okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay, you know what? I can work with this. So essentially, our we'll call it segment generation step, I guess. Batch generate segments. Batch generate segment batch generate segments. Yeah, okay. This produces a segment manifest containing uh, various data for each segment. A segment, depending on length, can be a clip, long clip, or highlight. Okay. All right. Now, back to what Gemini was saying. Uh, Hold on just a second here. Okay, yeah. What is a okay, manifest is a great choice because it oh god, chill out. Okay. Manifest is a great choice because it implies a sense of completeness or authority. In software and logistics, a manifest isn't just a list, it is the quote unquote official record of what is supposed to be present. What is a manifest? General and technical. In a general sense, a manifest is a document listing the cargo, passengers, and contents of a vehicle like a ship or plane. If a crate isn't on the manifest, it doesn't officially exist on that ship. Okay. In the world of technology, it carries that same source of truth energy. In web development, we have a web app manifest, which is a JSON file that tells the browser how your progressive web app how your progressive web app should behave. Things like the icon, the starting URL, and the display colors. In package management, like package.json or cargo.toml, these act as manifests for software projects, listing every dependency the project needs to run. Then streaming and video. When you watch a video on Netflix, your player first downloads an M3U8 or MPD manifest file. This tells the player, here are the 100 small video chunks that make up this movie. Play them in this specific order. Okay. And in containerization, a manifest file, usually a YAML defines the desired state of your infrastructure, which images to run, how much memory to use, and which ports are open. Why it fits your project. Your segment manifest is the cargo list for your VOD. It tells your processing script, out of this massive 8-hour file, these specific 12 segments are the only ones that matter. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have some thinking to do here. Um, but I'm glad that I sat down and thought about this, because now we are getting to the actual clip generation thing. I can technically work on the YouTube upload script now as well, because the YouTube upload script is different from, or the data that the YouTube upload script is going to be operating on is different from what I'm going to be generating from, or what I'm going to be outputting from the batch generate segments step, because batch generate segments step is going to be generating um, all of the segment data. So we'll call that the segment manifest. Why not just call it segment data? Let's keep it simple. Because the word manifest, as cool as it sounds, I don't know if I'm using the right term. I don't know if I'm using the right term. So I think I'll stick with my simple terminology and call it segment data. I'll think about it for a little bit and see what seems more fitting. If at some point segment manifest starts to kind of click for me, then I'll switch it back to segment manifest. Otherwise, I'll stick with segment data. But now we actually have now we have some progress being made in the clipping area, the clipping section. Okay, now batch generate segments. Okay, fine, that's done. Then batch um, batch generate segments, and then batch build bundles. Then batch See, what I'm wondering is, should this be one file or multiple? This doesn't need to be multiple files, like at all. This does not need to be multiple files. The only thing that needs to happen here is we generate a segment manifest, and then we feed that segment manifest into another application, into another Python script, which is going to read the segment manifest and slice videos out of the VOD. Yeah, it's going to slice videos out of the VOD, and then it's going to perform some other stuff on those videos as well, because um so like the clip, I'm keeping it to be anywhere between 30 seconds and 3 minutes, right? But the thing is, each each clip or long clip or highlight is going to contain a lot of dead air, because I tend to have a lot of pauses. I tend to just stop and think about stuff. I tend to be doubtful about what I'm saying, and so I'll like pause in between as I'm speaking right now. Um, I tend to kind of zone out, and so then like it'll take me a couple of seconds to come back, and then I'll be like, sorry, zoned out. So like all of these things, because of this, there's going to be a bunch of dead air to get rid of from every single segment. And once we've gotten rid of the dead air, I'm going to give a little bit of padding there as well. I'm not going to keep the thing like really strict. Like, okay, if you hear like a second or two of dead air, or we can say 2 seconds of dead air, cut it there. Or if you see, let's say, 4 seconds of dead air or 6 seconds of dead air, then you can cut off 4 seconds out of it. So there's 1 second on either side of it, something like that. So that way I'm still reducing dead air, while not cutting too close to where there might be some dialogue or where there might be some important video or something like that. I feel like the fact that I have this I have this 1 or 2 second delay. Well, it's not 1 second. It's 2 or 3 seconds of delay. I feel like this could cause a bit of a problem there, but I don't think it's going to cause too much of an issue. Yeah, I think we should be good there. Yeah, yeah. I need to sit down and think about this. Okay, so batch build bundles, then batch update metadata, um, then um, upload YouTube, uh, upload VOD to YouTube, and finally, segment video, segment VOD. Let's say segment VOD. This is not going to be a batch process. This is going to be done on individual VODs, because it's going to be a bit of an involved process. So we're gonna run through the entire segment manifest, read the sections that do need to be sliced out. Fine, we slice them out. I'm gonna have to find a good way to do the slicing, because I feel like there might be some level uh, of re-encoding required, unless I want to end up with like, freezing frames and stuff like that. I'll have to talk to Gemini and see what's a nice way to, do that. And if there is re-encoding required, it might it might take a little extra time to do the export, but I'm okay with waiting for that. Now that's one thing, right? There's going to be the actual slicing happening, which is going to produce these videos. Once the videos have been produced, we are then going to go over every single um, we are then going to go over every single what am I saying? We are then going to go over every single um, oh, yeah, yeah, okay. We're then going to go over every single uh, slice, every single segment that has been extracted individually, and we're going to look for dead air, and then we're going to basically shorten it. We're going to slice the dead air out, and even that is going to require re-encoding again, unless again I want to end up with black frames or frozen frames or any sort of glitch or something like that. Unless I want to end up with those kinds of issues, I have to re-encode it. So I could, you know what I could do? I could try to like fit both of those things into one. I could try to fit both of those operations into one. Because what I'm doing right now is, for the sake of simplicity, I'm first slicing out every single video, and each of those videos has to be re-encoded, right? Okay, that's fine. Let's say we produce 20 videos. I'm going to iterate over every single one of those videos and then slice out the dead air from it, or basically remove the dead air from it, trim out the dead air from it, and all of that is going to require re-encoding again. So what if, instead of doing that, let's say I have a start and end timestamp. I can, I'm going to have to get Gemini's help for this to create like a sort of filter string that reads a certain segment, and uh, within that segment itself, it does all of this chopping, and then it gives me all of the other pieces stitched together. I feel like, no, I feel like that would get really convoluted. It might be much faster if I'm able to set the thing up, but I feel like it would become a little too convoluted. And unless I absolutely need to, I don't think I should bother doing that, because these are very short clips. I feel like this level of optimization might just waste my time. And I'm only gonna get like a little bit of extra speed boost from that. Yeah, I don't think I need to do that. We'll do it in two separate steps. We'll first slice out the segments, extract the segments, and then we'll iterate over each segment to trim out the dead air and re-encode the thing each time. So this is probably why we need to operate on individual VODs, because individual VODs themselves, each VOD is probably going to create anywhere between 10 to 20 or more segments. And so the script is going to have quite a lot of work to do anyways, because like each of those segments, it has to be sliced out, re-encoded, and then we have to trim things out of it and again re-encode it. We're going to have to do this for every single segment. That's going to take time. So I shouldn't try to do this on multiple VODs at once. I'll aim it at individual VOD bundles. Okay, so um, here I should say generate segment data. And then here I should say extract segments. Extract segments from a VOD bundle. This is better. Extract segments from VOD bundle. Additionally, trim out dead air. Okay. All right. Okay, so, right. Give me a second here. I don't know if I've been to this person's stream before, but this person seems very familiar. I think this person is a teacher. I cannot remember. I believe I have rated this person before. I believe they teach STEM as well, if I'm remembering the right person. Because I did raid someone before, and because I've rated so many people, so I don't know if, yeah, I'm not sure. Um, oh, actually, wait, hold on. Next to this person, there's someone else. Someone who's doing an ultrasonic something engineering. Ultrasonic engineering session. You know what? Yeah, let's give this person a try. They are doing a servo motor project plus lo-fi. So we're gonna go raid this person. Okay, so can I actually raid them? Yeah, I can. Their name is ZeroBot AI, and yeah, they're working on a servo motor project. I'm interested in checking out what they're up to. Yeah. So that's going to be it for today's stream. I'm going to continue working on this list. I need to sit down and think about the entire clip generation process, the segment data generation process, what that format is going to look like. And then finally, we can start working on the actual like NLP and LLM situation. I also need to learn how to use that outlines library. I think that's what it was called, outline or something like that. That forces the LLM to give you the answer in a very specific format, because that's very important for what I'm trying to do. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.